Stephen Key here again. Thank you very much for watching. Tell all your friends. Subscribe down below. I'm going to do a deep dive on one of my products that I license, the Michael Jordan wall ball. But I want to start at the very beginning because people always have a lot of questions. And I'm going to go through it because I kept everything right here. I kept all the notes of the whole process from start to finish, even the ugly prototype. So first of all, I submitted first of all, I'm a basketball player. I love playing basketball. And sure enough, I was in my office coming up with ideas, and I had an Ohio Art Square basketball game, had a little logo of Michael Jordan. It's really teeny. And I was coming up with ideas, thinking, and I realized that little logo of Michael Jordan was way too small. It needed to be bigger. So I went down, I bought a poster, and then slapped it on the backboard, and I just loved it. I brought it home. I loved it. It was really, really cool. And I decided I'm going to send this off to Ohio Art because they had the license of Michael Jordan, and they were selling a smaller basketball game. So sure enough, I built the prototype, and I took a picture of it. I didn't send the prototype. I took a picture of it, and the prototype was pretty ugly. I had a color poster, but at the time, I reduced it down in black and white, and I'll show you what it looks like in a minute. But James, go ahead and show this up here. This is my submission letter to Lowell Wilson, and he was Vice President of Product Development. And I sent it out, this little letter. First of all, I called him and asked him, do you take outside submissions? And he said yes. So I signed an NDA. He wanted me to sign that, and we went back and forth. I got that done. So I submitted this on April 9th, 1990. April 9th, 1990. And I've got the date there. And James, you could probably zero in on that date if you'd like to. And this is what I sent them. There it is right there. James, you could put that up. I think you put it up before, but that was it. It was pretty ugly. I called it Hoop Hoop Hooray. Huh, what a terrible name. And people ask me, why do you call it Hoop Hoop Hooray? Well, I actually sent a bunch of other types of basketball games to them, not just the Michael Jordan, but a lot of different ones. Here, you can see a picture here, right there, all the different types. And James, he can put that up on the screen too. And I sent all of them to Ohio Art. And sure enough, now this was what's amazing, you guys, and I kept this letter. And James is going to put this up here. April 12th. There it is, my recept. They received all of them. They didn't like all of them. They only liked one. That was the Michael Jordan one. And they said, look, we're willing to do a split royalty, give you 2.5% or 3% royalty. Gave me a little range. I thought, okay. And but the trick was I sent it on April 9th, 1990, and I got a letter back from Ohio Art. April 12th, 3 days? You guys, sometimes when they like ideas, it really, really goes fast. And sure enough, it did that. So James, make sure people can see that. Well, sure enough, they loved it. I liked it. They rejected the rest of the ones I submitted to them called Hoop Hoop Hooray. And we started going back and forth with the contract. Well, Ohio Art, great company. I had no protection. I had no intellectual property. I didn't file for anything because in the toy industry, they just love ideas. So people always ask, well, why do they pay you? You don't own anything. Well, they count on us. So sure enough, he sent over a contract, pretty standard. And I'm just going to hold this up real quick. Maybe you can see it. It has a lot of writing on it because contracts aren't that easy. And some of the things they said wasn't quite right. So we had to kind of go back and forth to get it right. But at the very end, we did get it right. And James, I think you've got the letter somewhere there. Maybe you can put it up. I signed it. I think it was in August that it got signed, and everybody's really happy. I don't have that, but I think it's in the notes I sent you. So anyway, it went pretty fast. But here's the thing I want to show you. And James he's going to show up the commercial. You can see it on TV.
Go one-on-one with Michael Jordan right in your own room with Michael Jordan Wall Ball.
Best looking backboard I ever seen.
Michael Jordan Wall Ball from Ohio Art Sports.
He's also going to show a picture of my products because they did a lot of different sizes. And of course, the other thing too, it was on an end cap. I was so happy. There's a picture of me on the end cap. This thing sold everywhere. And I told you before, it sold for 10 years. In fact, the last check, where is it, you guys? James, put that up on the board, because I had the last check and I kept it. You guys, here it is. And James is going to put that up there. It sold for 10 years. Basically, and the last check was for 55 cents. I never cashed it. I couldn't believe it. And the name of my company was Stephen Marcus. I thought that was really cool, but I changed that later to Stephen Key Design. Okay, so there it is. Now, one thing I want to mention, because this looked pretty simple. I made a prototype. I slapped it on the back of their existing product, called them up. I sent it to them. 3 days later, I have a contract. We go back and forth. We mark it up. They reject some of the other ideas I submitted at the same time. But guess what, you guys? I thought this was so easy to do. I kept on submitting other ideas to them, because I thought, well, wow, this is simple. Maybe I'll be able to do it again. So sure enough, I submitted, and James has got a picture. I laid them all out of all the ones I submitted. And at the time, you guys, I just wrote a little description. I didn't build a prototype, and I didn't even file intellectual property. I just did a little description, and that's all they really needed to say if they wanted more information or not. And that's how I did it back then. I didn't really spend a lot of time and money or energy on it. But sure enough, I got all the rejection letters back. Yeah, in fact, the first time I submitted them an idea was 1995. I got rejected there. And of course, they go on to 1998, 1990, and then I think who knows when. So these are all my rejection letters. James, make sure you show those too, because I got a bunch of them. All right, so here's the bottom line. Yes, it felt really easy, and it was easy. So I tried to do it again and again and again, and it didn't work. Okay, so I got lucky with one of them. It sold for 10 years, and it was absolutely fantastic. They're a great company. I love the toy industry. No prototype, a really ugly prototype. In fact, I never sent them a physical prototype. I took a picture of it at Kinko's, because it was really pretty darn ugly. Terrible name, Hoo Hoo Parade, but they saw the nugget of brilliance in it. And then it, like I said, it sold for 10 years. So anyway, I kept everything. I always do. I'm going to do a few more of these where I go into the deep dive, first prototype, all the rejection letters, and eventually success. So you can kind of see the whole steps along the way. Once again, Stephen Key here. James, thank you very much for doing all the editing, because I know it's quite a bit. But I want you to see the process so I can show you. It's not that difficult, but it does take some time. It does take some energy. Stephen Key here. Thanks for watching. Tell your friends. Bye. Hi, this is Stephen Key, and I just want to thank you for watching InventRight TV. We're here to save you time, save you money, and show you how you can bring your products to market through licensing. So please subscribe down below, click on the button, and tell your friends. Thank you.